here's the thing. For everybody listening, don't make the same mistake the Bengals just did in any facet of your life.
People are going to get hurt. It's the hockey season.
What about the Jared Cook play on the sideline?
I was very tempted to just put defense.
I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
Come on, Austin and I've been saying this ever since Joe Burrow got injured.
I don't really think the Dodgers are going to make the World Series this year. I feel like they'll make it to the NLCS.
The Fernando Tatis extension, because that really surprised me.
Like you said, Ovechkin, he's getting older. He hasn't been playing as well as I imagined. He's one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but he hasn't started off this season as hot as I would hope.
Hi, I'm Jeff Allen, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL mock draft. It is here. I can't believe it. And the man that's making last-minute picks, making last-minute phone calls, Austin.
I am making last-minute phone calls. I may be changing some mid-video while we're going, Kevin. I gotta be better than our past. We've had some very bad past picks. I still remember one year where I only got one right, like fully right team and player. Hopefully that won't happen this time, but I'm ready for the challenge.
Yeah, also my condolences to Aaron Rodgers finally joining the Jets. And I believe you made a prediction would happen before the draft, right?
Yep, I did. That was
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an August thing. But I'm glad it's over.
I am glad the saga's over. And again, I appreciate everything that Aaron's done, but I'm glad to look into the future. Do not draft a quarterback in the first 5 rounds this draft. I just trust Jordan Love.
That leaves room for Stetson Bennett.
I guess, maybe.
All right. But yeah, I think you'll like the pick I made for the Packers. Or the trade. We'll see.
Or the trade, okay. How many... I may add some trades, but how many trades do you have right now?
Just one.
One?
I only have one.
You've won?
Oh, yeah.
One draft day trade.
Yeah. My goal is, it might change depending on the video, but I don't know. It's just, it didn't work out for me. But the thing that I'm interested is like the top picks. That's something I want to get pretty close on. Like I remember Mac Jones, I had going 3 to the Niners, and I was totally wrong on that. He went 15, which was interesting. But yeah. So, yeah, there were some lucky breaks. But yeah, you're on the clock.
Okay, I'm going first. I wish we had the music for this because it really does add to the scene. But I'll just start out with I believe that Bryce Young will be picked by the Panthers at number 1. No trade, no anything, just straight up.
Yeah, I have that too. Maybe in the future. I'm not sure now if it would be able to fit in the music since we are recording the day of.
Yeah, that'd be a tough edit.
Yeah, that'll be in the future. Yeah, I was thinking Stroud, but I've been hearing it's pretty set on Bryce Young, which I don't think is bad. It's just I thought they were going to go C.J. Stroud, or I was thinking, but I changed. And now the Texans, I'm going Will Anderson.
Wow. Okay, so this is our first step off the beaten path between each other. We got one pick down, Kevin, and we completely disagree.
I thought you were going to go Anderson too.
No, I think Anderson falls one more pick. That kind of gives away the next pick, okay. But I still haven't spoiled the next pick. You'll see. I have Will Levis going to the Texans. They really want a intelligent QB, one that has a high Wonderlic score. Bryce Young had the best, I believe, and then Will Levis at 2. And I think they want to go QB. Now, I don't think Stroud goes here, obviously, because of the connection we talked about last, I think 2 videos ago about the NFL. But I do think they go QB here because they feel like they can't get one of their perceived best quality later. But, thoughts on that?
I could see that happening. I'd be surprised if Will Levis, but I was looking at mock drafts and I saw Will Levis could maybe fall to them at their other pick at 12. So you could still get points on that even if he's not drafted too.
I just don't think he falls to 12 because of his
Oh, okay, you're not gonna
his
like.
score. I thought about that, but I feel like there's teams in between that are going to be drafting QBs, and that Stroud will be off, or Levis will be off by 12 if they don't take him at 2.
Okay. Yeah, I just think with the Texans, maybe they don't go quarterback this draft. Because there are quarterbacks next year, and maybe they don't do as well, but they'll have some nice pieces. Because I think Will Anderson is the best, probably overall, pass rusher, and that gives him something with the defensive head coach that he wants to build.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. So let's go into number 3. Number 3, I have my first trade, and I have my first pick. I already spoiled Will Anderson Jr., but I have the pick being made by the Vikings. I think the Vikings trade up to 3. They've been talking to the Texans and the Cardinals about a trade up, and I think this is a huge trade up. They need defensive stars, and I think they trade up for Will Anderson.
I also have a trade happening in this pick, but not with the Vikings. It's the Tennessee Titans trading from 11 to number 3 with the Cardinals to take the quarterback of the future, Anthony Richardson.
Wow. So I'm assuming you have Stroud the next pick to the Colts. The Colts have to get a QB.
I do, because I've been listening to a lot of mock drafts, and I've been doing research. And what if the Colts get lucky once again by having a nice QB that could turn out very well, which I believe CJ Stroud will play very well in the NFL, fall to them at 4, and they have to make no trades?
I just don't buy it. I'll have to see. I just don't think the Titans. I do have a Titans trade up. That does happen. I do think the Titans trade up to get a QB. Even I'll put it like that. But I don't have it this early.
Oh, okay, that's very.
So you already said your number 4.
Yes.
So I'll say my number 4. Anthony Richardson goes to the Colts as 4. I feel like that's the safest pick outside of Bryce Young to the Panthers. I think Richardson goes to the Colts, and I really.
What were you gonna say? My bad.
I just really like that pick.
Okay, so you and I both have Richardson going before Stroud.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. All right, so I'll let you say 5.
5, Tyree Wilson. Seahawks need a defensive star, and I think Tyree Wilson will be one. I don't think he's as good as Will Anderson. I don't think he's picked ahead of Will Anderson, but he is the highest high for any prospect, I believe, besides maybe Stroud or Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson probably has the highest ceiling, but for defense, I think Tyree Wilson does. He's all the intangibles to become a great player.
Okay. I do agree they need a defensive star, but I think the Seattle has a great coach in Pete Carroll that can handle. I know he's been labeled as character issues, and that's Jalen Carter. I think he adds a lot to that D line. And this guy, I know there's been a lot of like the character issues with Jalen Carter, and I don't really understand it, so maybe that's causing him to fall. But this is a guy that a few months ago I probably would have had going number 1 overall. And I think Seattle takes that chance.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I have him falling to. I won't spoil it like I spoiled some of the rest, but I think it's fitting where he does end up.
All right, I like it. So I'll do 6. I have Lions going corner. They've done a lot trading. They've traded Jeff Okudah, which was surprising to me. And they've added some guys, but I think they're really doing a lot to build up that defensive back end. So I have him going Devin Witherspoon.
Okay, so we both go corner.
Okay.
But I do not agree. I think they go the Oregon corner, Christian Gonzalez. I think Gonzalez is a better pick, and I think he fits into that scheme better.
That's fair. Yeah, I thought about Gonzalez, but I think I just thought Devin Witherspoon. I've heard people say Dan Campbell might like him, but yeah, Christian Gonzalez would be a good pick here as well.
We do agree that they need to add something in their secondary, so it's pretty clear that they're gonna. I think this is one pick where it's 50-50.
Yeah,
really, between Gonzalez and Witherspoon. I think one of the two. I would be very, very, very shocked if one of the two of us did not get this right.
Yeah, if they do not go corner with their first pick, I'd be like, oh, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would be. It would. I just don't know what I'd be thinking.
Unless they trade out of the pick. I can see that scenario.
They're already a young team now. I don't like a trade for them. I mean, I could see it. I could. If they're
I could see
enough.
It. But yeah. I'll just go right into it. I have Christian Gonzalez as my 7th pick. I think Vegas sees, we can snag a young corner here. We'll do that.
Well, the Raiders are a team that loves splashes. We know that with the Devontae Adams trade. We know that with a lot of stuff. I think they go Jalen Carter. I think this is the spot. He had some legal issues. This is a Raiders that we're talking about. I think it's fitting.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah. And I think they realize that if they have a D-line that has Max Crosby and Jalen Carter, that they think that they can – we said in our positions rankings video, it's one of the most important positions, and you have your D-line set in stone with great talented players that I believe this is a clear great pick.
Yeah, and I did think quarterback did pass my mind for Vegas, but to me I think they're on a short timetable. They're not in. They want to win now. So taking a guy like Stroud who could take some time when you have Jimmy Garoppolo, I believe Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback for this year. It's just, is he the quarterback of the future? I'm not sure. And I don't think the Raiders want to think about that. So I think either drafting Jalen Carter or who I have, Christian Gonzalez, I think that helps them immediately. And that's what they're more concerned with.
Yeah, I agree. I think they need to figure out something for this season. I think it'll be fine with they because of expectations are less. I feel like they'll play better this year. They still have good talent. I think they'll play better.
Yeah, we'll see. And I'm very intrigued in what the Raiders do, but I'm also intrigued what you have at number 8.
I have a huge trade and a interesting pick. This is very synonymous with something that the Steelers did in the first round. Do you get where I'm headed with this?
Steelers in the first round. Oh, drafting quarterback?
Not just that. One from the state in which...
okay.
Yeah, so I have at 8 the Titans trading up for the with the Falcons and taking Hendon Hooker.
Oh, all right. Okay, that was not who I was expecting. I was like, Stroud isn't. Ooh, all right. Hendon Hooker. Okay.
I think they like his talent. He said he'll be ready by week 1. Like I said, Stroud is falling, and I believe that they do believe in their development around them, and the Titans have good talent. They just need a QB1.
Wow. Okay. So you have Hendon Hooker going before Stroud. All right. Atlanta here, I think, is really excited with who falls to them here, and that's Tyree Wilson. You've mentioned how high he is, and even though I went with Jalen Carter before him, I think Atlanta sees him, and they're like, wow, we can really add a nice pass rusher.
Yeah, I like that pick. I just don't think Wilson falls that far.
That's fair.
I'm high on him. It'd be hard for me to see him go that.
Would he be the highest? Where do you have him going?
I have him going 5.
Would he be the highest Texas Tech player ever drafted?
I would have to check.
Was 10.
I'm checking Crabtree.
Oh, Crabtree. Man, wow, Crabtree went to Tech.
Yep. Crabtree was picked 10 as well. Okay.
Okay. Man, I should have done 10.
Let me. Nope. Back in 1964, they had the first pick, but the highest since 1964. Yes.
Wow. So, 1964 Texas player,
Texas Tech player. Yeah, Dave Parks. He was a one-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler with San Francisco 49ers, and he also played for the Saints and the Oilers.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess Texas Tech does. Yeah, I just thought from him coming from Tech, I think he'd fall a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Who's your 9?
So, the Bears. This is something we talked about in draft rankings, which just came out yesterday. I have them going Peter Skoronski, the tackle.
You like Skoronski better than Johnson.
So I was listening to it was Jeff Schwartz, and he was like, Peter Skoronski has the ability to play inside as a guard and also tackle. So he liked the versatility that he offered for the Bears, and I agreed.
Okay, I haven't taken an O lineman. I just take Paris Johnson here.
Okay.
I like him better, but that's just so he can lock down the outside. But if they do want versatility, I could see Skoronski going here. But if they're talking dominant tackle, Johnson's their guy.
Yeah, I have Johnson getting picked pretty soon. But I'll let you go to 10.
My 10's Devon Witherspoon. I think he goes to the Eagles. The Eagles are, I think, trying to. The cornerback really was the issue for them in the Super Bowl. I think that's their biggest area of need, and I think they address that here. I've seen some where they trade down, but I don't get why they would trade down. I don't think there's enough there, especially right now where they're trying to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, they're in their window. I don't see a reason.
Yeah, I have Paris Johnson going here. I think, can he play guard? Or
I don't know.
Okay. I think I may have heard something, but I do think he will be the tackle of the future for the Eagles.
I could see that. I could see him being the future.
Yeah. Did I interrupt you before
No,
you were
no.
going to say? Oh, okay. So sure. But yeah, I just think with 10, this is kind of like a surplus pick. I think the Eagles have a smart front office to where they won't draft Bijan at 10. We'll see, though.
Yeah, we will see.
I guess it's my turn for number 11. So this is where the Cardinals now pick. And I think they're pretty happy with this trade. They get some picks and whatever stuff that I'm glad I don't have to clarify. They get Nolan Smith, the edge from Ohio State. No, not Ohio State, Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, Georgia.
So you have Cardinals, right? That's this pick you said?
Yeah,
okay.
Cardinals.
I have Falcons at this pick because the Titans and Falcons traded. And this is where I have Bijan Robinson going to the Falcons at 11. So CJ Stroud is still on my board, but I have them taking Bijan Robinson.
Okay. CJ Stroud's on your board. Jalen Carter was a Raider.
7. He's the Raider.
Yes, Raider, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so you're having Bijan in the top 15.
I do.
All right. That would be a fun offense for them. Desmond Ridder and Bijan.
Yeah. A young team, a lot of growing is necessary, but I think they enjoy the challenge.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I think Bijan is a very interesting pick, but now I'll let you do 12.
12, you just had Nolan Smith off your board. Nolan Smith's off mine. I have the Texans taking him here. Obviously, I don't have them taking a QB. I have them taking a QB at number 2, so they obviously don't take Stroud here. Why would they take Stroud if they didn't take him before? So I think they go defense and go Nolan Smith.
Yeah, I think Nolan Smith would be good, especially if they got Will Levis. I think that's good. I have them going tackle Broderick Jones or Johns.
Let me.
Yeah, it's Broderick Jones.
Okay.
He's someone from Georgia. I think he will be a good tackle.
Is
for
he
them,
the?
And
Is he the tackle?
yeah, he's a tackle from Georgia.
Got it.
So I think it gives them just building up that line for. I think they're going to go quarterback next year, or maybe they snag a quarterback that I have missing, getting out of the first round. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will. Who's your 13?
Ooh, do I have a trade?
Well, I mean, you said you only had one trade, so I'm assuming no.
Yeah, but I could have changed it because
Oh,
there
did you?
is. No, I don't have a trade. I have the Packers. I just want to delay I want to build up your anticipation for who I have the Packers drafting. I have the Packers drafting Jackson Smith. Jibba.
Njigba? Wow.
Jibba.
That's you have us going wide receiver.
Yeah.
That would be the first wide receiver picked in the first round in a long time.
Yeah. Or I was tempted to flip the pick and future picks for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, no, I think we're content on what we're doing here. I do have the Ravens ended up making a trade, but this is not where that is.
Okay. All right. Who do you have your team selecting?
I had the Packers taking Peter Skoronski. I think they go offensive tackle or offensive lineman, I should say, to be more general. And I think they understand that they need to protect Jordan Love. It's the most important position outside of QB, and they address that here.
All right. Yeah, that's solid. Both are solid picks. Now with 14, who do you have?
CJ Stroud, but not to the Patriots.
All right.
To the Ravens. I think the Ravens trade up with the Patriots from 22 to 14 to take Stroud before the Washington Commanders get an opportunity or the Bucs get an opportunity before them. So I think they trade up to 14 and get Stroud.
Wow. Okay, but Lamar Jackson stays with the Ravens, or is he traded?
He's not traded with that trade, no.
Okay.
But I do think they wouldn't. If that, let's say that does happen. Let's say I'm right. Do you think that he gets traded, or do you think they?
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lamar Jackson probably gets traded to the Washington football team.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't know. I should have asked that. I forgot to ask. Can I have Lamar Jackson going somewhere?
You can, but it's not. You don't get any points for saying Lamar Jackson's traded.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he gets traded here. But with New England, I have this guy, Lucas Van Ness, the edge.
Yeah, from Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I like that pick. I think he's a talented player. I have him in a little bit. We'll reach him soon.
Yeah, I think that's something. It's an interesting name, and there have been interesting names picked by New England. So we'll see. But then we have 15, and I have the Jets protecting. I know Mekhi Becton. They have Dwayne Brown at left tackle, and Mekhi Becton up in the air. Dwayne Brown's getting up in age. So I think the Jets get an offensive tackle, and that's Anton Harrison.
We finally agree.
Ooh.
We finally agree again. At 15, I have Anton Harrison. There we go, Kevin. We finally are rooting for the same player to go at the same spot. I have Anton Harrison at 15. I like that. I like that, Kevin. That's my favorite pick you've made since the first one.
Oh, thank you, man. You didn't like my Packers pick? I give you all like the best wide receiver.
I feel like we need to protect him. I like our young receivers. I do think in the second round we should take a receiver, but not yet.
Yeah. All right. So then we'll go to you and I have the same pick. So 16.
16 is it me?
Yeah.
I have Zay Flowers going to the Commanders. I think
Ooh,
they believe a little bit
alright.
in Sam Howell. I don't think they go in Hooker's off the board, Stroud's off the board. All the really like top tier QBs are off. So I feel like they go wide receiver, kind of believing in Sam Howell.
All right. Will Levis is still on my board, but I don't think Washington does that. Instead, they get a nice weapon in Dalton Kincaid, the tight end.
Wow, you Kincaid going here.
Yes.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, because I forgot, who did you have the Texans taking at 12?
I have the Texans taking Broderick Jones.
That's right. So you don't have them taking a QB in the first 2 picks.
No, I do not have him taking QB. I think
Wow.
they.
Wow.
I
I guess it
think
just
they're
went
gonna
over. That
build.
just went over my head.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's it's a busy time for us, so we got all good. I'm trying to make sure you haven't had a wide receiver selected yet, have you?
I just had Zay Flowers.
Okay, you just said Zay Flowers. Okay, cool. All right.
So yeah,
But
my
Jackson-
16th Zay
okay.
Flowers.
Jackson Smith is still on the board.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Zay
Did you know
Flowers.
that Jackson Smith and Jigba's brother plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Yes, I believe I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, he plays
What
for the Pirates like right
podcast
now.
was his name?
Cannon, I'm pretty sure is his name.
Yeah, I believe you're correct, and I believe. Yeah, man, there was another thing, but that's interesting. I can't remember where I heard that. But yeah. Oh, does this mean you have him going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 17?
It's your pick.
Okay. Well, I have Joey Porter going the corner going to Pittsburgh.
We go same position. I have Deontay Banks at 17.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think they go defense, and their cornerback room right now is not the best. I think that's also why you went corner, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and I've heard they liked him a little bit during the combine process.
Yeah, I think they do need need secondary help, but
Yeah, especially in that division
yeah.
with all the
That's what-
dominant
yeah,
wide
yeah.
receivers.
But it's my pick at 18 with the Lions again. This is where Jackson Smith and Jigba goes. I think they
Ooh.
pick up another wide receiver. Jameson Williams is going to be out for the first. Is it first half or 6 games?
It's 6 games.
Okay,
We
okay.
should maybe do a video talking about that because I think that's especially with the details given.
From
on
what I
how he-
understand, it wasn't even.
it was on College games. He was in the building.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why.
I don't get it either. And I get if he bet on an NFL team, I get that. But
No,
it's
100%. Like
college.
that should be illegal. I get it.
Yeah, that should be illegal. But betting on college teams and you're in the building, I don't get why the building matters. And he bet on college teams. I just don't get it. It's to me it's dumb considering just the penalty of 6 games, and I don't get why they're so harsh on betting. It's their own money, and they're not betting against. They're not.
I don't
betting-
get
they're-
why they care about betting against their against a whole different sport, because college football really is a whole different sport.
Yeah,
He has no effect on any of those games.
yeah. I'm just shocked. I don't get it.
That's like saying that former players in the NFL can't bet on the NFL anymore.
Yeah, and betting now is just there's so much money made, so why not? Man, there must be something to where the NFL loses money so much that we don't know about, and that's why they're so harsh on it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
that's a good pick, especially with the Jameson Williams
Yeah.
wrongful suspension. I don't believe you should be suspended for betting on college games.
While in the NFL.
Yeah,
no
while in
reason.
the NFL. Yeah, but I have him going. So I had to make sure Kincaid was not on the board here because they probably would have gone Kincaid here. But they get Darnell Washington, the tight end from Georgia.
Wow. You really like your tight ends.
Oh yeah, and he just doesn't he fit Dan Campbell, a former tight end himself, Darnell Washington. Be a great blocking tight end because he's basically a tackle, but he also has the speed of a great receiver.
Yeah, I mean, but can he stay healthy? Is what he's doing realistic to continue for a while? I don't know. I mean, that's just something that I have to consider. But we'll see if that does work out. But who do you have at 19?
19. This is where Will Levis finally gets drafted, and that's to the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Wow. You really have Bucks going QB here. Okay.
I wasn't sure. The Bucks, to me, I was like, I have no idea. I was like, well, Will Levis is still on the board. We'll see what they do here. We'll have him draft a quarterback.
Okay. We'll see. They still have a young guy coming in. They have Baker. That's going to be a tough battle. At 19,
what? I'm not really high on Levis. I just don't.
Again, Kevin, I'm not high on Levis either, but it's more about, do I think GMs are high on Levis?
Okay.
And that, I think, is a yes.
Okay.
I'm not answering by putting Will Levis at 2. I don't think he's the second best player in this draft. But I think teams, or at least the Texans, believe that he's the second best.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Yeah, it's hard to gauge with Will Levis because I remember last year we had a lot of quarterbacks going high in the draft, and the only quarterback drafted was Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. A lot of teams have QB issues.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So, who do you have at 19?
At 19, I have Michael Mayer. From Notre Dame. I have my first tight end, and it's neither the tight end you already have picked. So we're a little bit off kilter there. But I think Bucks know the importance, and I think they go Kadon last year in the 4th or 5th round, wherever he was picked, 3rd round maybe. And then this year they go for more of a pass catcher in Mayer.
Yeah, that's fair. And I really have no idea what the Bucks could do, and it probably would help them either way as long as they hit on that pick.
Yeah, definitely.
Now
is it my pick at 20? 20?
Yeah, we can go. I can go. I lost track of the order at pick 5.
Sounds good.
I have Seattle going. This is something they struggle with the run. They already have Jalen Carter, but I've heard a lot of teams could be high on this guy, and that's Keanu Benton, the defensive tackle.
Okay.
I believe he's from Pittsburgh.
He's not even on my board.
Oh, really? Okay.
Where'd he go?
I believe he goes to Pittsburgh.
Got it. Okay. And he's
he's from Wisconsin.
Is he a linebacker?
He's a defensive tackle.
Okay. Well, we both go defense for the Seahawks. I have Lucas Van Ness going here, the edge rusher. They need help, and I have them taking 2 edge rushers, Tyree Wilson and Lucas Van Ness, to basically put on both sides and say, go.
Yeah, I think Seattle I think they're pretty set on offense. I don't see him upgrading at quarterback. Geno, I think, is good for next year. We'll see about the future. But defense, I think, is something they want to upgrade.
Yeah, I definitely think that defense is something that's important for them. But I'll go 21.
Yeah.
And I have the offensive lineman Darnell Wright going to the Chargers. They had so many O-line injuries. You and I both know that. And they need to address those injuries and trying to build a little bit for the future. And I've heard good things about Darnell Wright, so I think he falls here.
That's good. I think that's a good pick for them. With them, I have them drafting Zay Flowers.
Okay, so this is where Flowers goes for you.
Yes.
So I have Flowers above Jackson Smith and Jigba, but you have Flowers below him, right?
Yes. Yeah, I believe in Jackson Smith. I'm just not sure about Zay Flowers.
Got it.
Now with Baltimore, I have them going cornerback once again, and that's the ball hawk, Emmanuel Forbes.
Okay, so you have the Ravens picking here. I have the Patriots picking here, so it's kind of completely different because I had them trading up for CJ Stroud. But I have Broderick Jones, another offensive lineman, going here. The Patriots need offensive line help, and I think they get that here.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, the Patriots do need offensive line help. Yeah, I just think with Baltimore, for me, I don't think they're going to draft offensive weapons. That just doesn't seem to be their MO.
Yeah. But I can move on to 23. This is where I have the Cardinals picking because of the Vikings trade that I had before. And I have them going Brian Branch, the cornerback slash safety. They're going to lose probably Buda Baker, and I feel like this is to address that. He's very versatile. He's played a lot of corner, nickelback, and like I said, safety, free safety. He can move all over, and he played obviously at Alabama. He's a great player, and I think he goes here.
All right, I have Vikings going wide receiver here, and that's Jordan Addison from USC.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I like that.
Because I think they want to pair Justin Jefferson with someone, and I think Addison allows them to do that. And if they could sign Cousins for another year, or some quarterback on the Jets could leave after 1 year and rejoin the Vikings. Or they just draft a young guy. I think they'll have some nice weapons.
Yeah, I just think they trade up because I think they realize that maybe their window of being what they were last year is not large, and they need to get a star now.
Yeah, I think that's fair. They could definitely be a team that trades up, given how well they did last year. They may want to extend that. But now we'll go to 24. I have Miles Murphy, the defensive end from Clemson, going to the Jaguars.
Okay, I have Osiris Terrence, the guard from Florida, going here. I think they try to beef up their O-line for Trevor Lawrence. As we said 1,000 times, and I'll say it again because it just is so true, you can never have too many offensive linemen.
Yeah. The only outlier is the Bengals that just don't have outside linemen. But they still play well, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they just ignore it. It's me, right?
Yes.
Okay. At 25, I have the Giants taking Joey Porter Jr. I believe you had him going
22. No, I had him 17.
17. Okay, so I think he falls pretty much farther, and the Giants do need secondary help, and so that's why I think he goes here.
Yeah, I agree. They need secondary help. I have them getting Deonte Banks.
You know what's crazy about that?
What?
I have Banks going at 17.
Oh, yes.
So,
okay, we just flip-flop.
Yeah, we literally just, yeah.
I'll let you go first because I want to hear what you have the Cowboys doing. Thankfully, Bijan is off the board. Thankfully.
I have them, I think they still need a little bit of secondary help, and I think they like Emmanuel Forbes. So I think they go with him. He ball hawking cornerback. We've seen that before with the Cowboys, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I think he fits that system alongside Trayvon very well.
I wouldn't hate that pick. I really thought you were like, well, there's another running back on the board. They're going to select Jahmyr Gibbs. And I'm going to be like, dang it. Thankfully, you didn't do that. This is a pick. I wouldn't mind the Forbes pick. I have them drafting Michael Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame.
Okay, so this is where you have Mayer going. That makes sense. They do need
I don't mind drafting a tight end in the first round. I think it'll add a nice offensive weapon for Dak.
Yeah. The Cowboys obviously losing Schultz, and they really need a tight end one. They probably have enough blocking wise, but they do need more talent receiving.
Yeah. And like this is such a good tight end draft. Why not add one? I know like there's there's Hendershot and Ferguson, but I don't mind drafting another tight end, and it'd be nice to have some good depth.
Yeah, I can see that.
So here I have the Buffalo Bills drafting defensive tackle Kalijah Kinsey.
Okay, so you have them going defense. I have them going offense. I have them. This is where I think Kincaid goes. I think they're trying. Their defense was not the problem against the Bengals in the playoffs, but their offense put up 10 points. And it's not the same, but I'm not the highest on Josh Allen, and I think he needs more help. And so that's why I think Kincaid goes here.
Yeah, and that wouldn't hurt him. That'd be quite a tight end group with Dawson Knox and Kincaid.
Yeah, it would be pretty crazy because two tight ends, you can really do a lot. And how many teams have like two good tight ends, like above average? Probably two starting tight ends. Not many.
Not many. The Raiders used to when they had Waller and man, he was the guy that with New Orleans. But
Jared Cook.
No, not Jared Cook. It was fairly like he was young. He got diagnosed with leukemia?
I'm trying to think. Who are you thinking of?
Man, I can't remember his name.
I'm lost.
It's not Jared Cook. Where the heck is he? Man, I'll look it up. While you say your 28th pick.
Yeah. So my 28th pick is Steve Avila, the center from TCU. A lot of people were talking about the Bengals maybe not going again for offensive linemen in the first round, but if they don't, I think there's a serious problem in the head of maybe the GM, because eventually, at some point, we're just gonna be like, go offensive line. Now, are you going offensive line? Now, are you going offensive line? And I think we reached that point where it's kind of concerning whether or not they're going offensive line. So I've been taking the center and at TCU, Steve Avila.
Okay, it was Foster Moreau who I was thinking of.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
To your point, there's not many teams that have two great tight ends. But yeah, I also have Cincy going with offensive line. I think they have to do it, as you said. If not, there will be an investigation by Outsiders Opinions Bureau of Investigation. Darnell Wright is my guy. I have him falling. You had him higher than me.
Yeah, I had Darnell Wright at 21. So.
So I think it does there. That was a change pick. But now I'll go 29. With New Orleans, I am selecting Brian Branch. I think he's a corner that they compare alongside, but you also mentioned he can play safety, and I think that could help them too.
Yeah. I have the Saints going with Luke Musgrave, the tight end out of Oregon State. So how many? I think I have 3 tight ends. You have 3 tight ends, right?
Yeah.
So we have 3, because I was trying to find if I had another one, but I do at 19 with Meyer. So I think the Saints are going to go offense based on their moves with Derek Carr. I don't know if they go defense here. Their defense is already good, and I think they need to add more on offense around Carr than instead of going defense here.
Yeah, that's a fair point. We'll just have to see. But now I'll let you say 30.
So 30. This one was hard for me, but I ended up going with the Eagles taking Jordan Addison. This is where I have Addison going. You cannot have too many wide receiver talent as well, and I think that this makes their offense elite. I think Addison is the best route runner of anybody besides Zay Flowers, which is why I have Zay Flowers going so high. Addison he obviously led the NCAA in receiving yards, not last year, but the year before with Pitt and Kenny Pickett, and he's shown a lot.
Man, yeah, that would make their offense great. This would also make their offensive great. And this is where they select Bijan Robinson.
Is that because you want them to take Bijan Robinson, or because you think they're actually going to take him?
I had to have Bijan. I couldn't have Bijan not going in the first round. And I was like, and this does. I was thinking points here. This was a points play. If he does go 10 to Philly, I get like half a point, correct?
Yes, you get 1 point for player, 1 point for team.
Okay. And pick, right? There's a point for the pick, right?
Yes, player, team, pick. That's right. There's 3 points each. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because, for example, Will Levis could go to the Texans at 12, and I'd still get 2 points because they went to the Texans and it was Will Levis. Or actually, I would only get 1 point because Will Levis wasn't taken at 12. I mean, he wasn't taken at 1, and my 12 pick was Nolan Smith. So to get 2 points would be Will Levis. Okay, this is the easiest way to explain it. At 3, I have Will Anderson going to the Vikings. If the Cardinals just take him, I get 2 points. I get a point for number 3, and I get to pick a point for Will Anderson. But
Gotcha.
the Will Levis one, I'd only get 1 because he didn't go at 2, and he went to the Texans, which is just 1 point.
Yeah, I like that wasn't the main point, but I had to have Bijan going in the first round, so I had him going to 30 at Philly, and I think I'm cool with not 26, 21 to 31 or 32 being drafted, just not when the Cowboys are on the clock at 26.
Well, you're kind of being a little bit counterintuitive there, but I think you're just praying that they don't take another.
I don't want it, even though it's gonna happen. I swear.
Well, the Pollard injury. Will Pollard be back?
Yeah, like the Cowboys do need a running back. I just don't want the 26th pick to be a running back.
Okay.
Go tight end.
Well, we're in the last pick because Miami forfeited theirs.
Yes.
So this first round only has 31 picks. Who you got?
Quentin Johnson. I think they go wide receiver here. I was tempted to go tight end, but I was like, I'm going to go Quentin Johnson.
I did go tight end, and I think they take – I don't think that Darnell Washington has the highest floor out of all these guys. I do think he's a pretty low floor. But if everything works out, the league is over.
Dude, he's such an interesting prospect.
I get it, but I think he falls because he's a risky pick.
I think you're totally fair. Like, I think there could be a scenario where he goes 13 for mine, but there could be one where where he goes to the Chiefs or even goes lower.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting because he's such a unique player. Like, what do you view him as? But yeah, I do agree. If it works out, it's over. But man, dude, it's probably like I just am so intrigued what's gonna happen. Like, I don't think I've ever, when I've been this dialed in, I don't think I've ever seen something like this.
Yeah, maybe, I understand. And then I hate not having Quentin Johnson in the first round. He'd probably be my first pick in the second round, but I just think the Chiefs go with a play. Look, we have talent everywhere. We know how to get the best out of guys. And this is a pick that, if it works out, is utterly frightening.
Yeah, and there's I was listening to the interview with the Eagles GM. He was like, sometimes you got to be risky, and if that works out, then you know what you're doing, and if not, then you have to adjust. I'm like, man, that's a really good one. It was with the Travis Kelce, or it was the Kelce podcast, and it was Jason. It was very interesting. Highly recommend it. But yeah, it makes sense. Like, take a swing, and if it works out, then you're even better. And if it doesn't, what's the worst thing? Oh, well, I still have Travis Kelce at tight end for a few more years. Yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, so I totally agree. Man, I'm so intrigued. That's one thing I'm watching. Darnell Washington, also Anthony Richardson.
We did end up having 2 picks, I believe, at the same spot. Correct? We had Bryce Young to the Panthers at 1.
Yes.
And then we had We had another one.
It was
Anton Harrison at 15.
Anton Harrison. Yes.
Okay,
Anton Harrison.
so we have two picks that we can fully agree. 3 points. I'm hoping you get those right because that means I get them right.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued. Yeah, that's all we got. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a fun draft. And
let's do a quick. I know it's a long video, but I do want to do a quick.
No, yeah, you're totally
how many do you think you will get right? Maybe not three, but player to team. So you have to get the right player and team. How many do you think you'll get right? I think I'm feeling good about my draft. I'm gonna go 6. And 6 is a lot considering how much we've done before.
Yeah.
I think 5 is the highest we've ever gotten. So I'm gonna go 6.
I'm feeling confident in my top 10 or like top 5-ish. So I'm gonna go 4 or 5. And one is like me putting into the universe that the Cowboys get Michael Mayer or tight end.
Would you like them to take Darnell Washington? Even if they self-combust? Because
no, it's too much of a risky pick. I want a safe pick. If Darnell Washington's in the second round, I wouldn't want to do it. If he's there when the Cowboys are in the second round, and I don't have to trade for him, I'd take him in the second round. But first round, I want to hit on this pick.
Okay. But I think that's why Darnell Washington for me fell down so far. And that's why I was so shocked when you had him so high.
Well, yeah, I'm believing into the hype that someone's going to take a risk on him. And it to me just fits.
I think 31's a risk, though. Like, I just...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Man, if he fell to the third round, that'd be great. Love that so much.
I don't think he falls third round. I think he's late second round at the lowest.
Second round is where the Cowboys pick a running back.
Bijan Robinson.
If Bijan's in the second round, that's a great pick. I'm all for Bijan in the second round, just not at the first round. Number 26.
Cowboys trade up.
In the second round, I wouldn't mind that.
You wouldn't mind that?
I wouldn't mind it. If it's in the second round, I get it. And I do not have Hendon Hooker in the first round, but he could be someone that goes in the second round to maybe the Texans.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is that I have him at 8, and you don't have him.
Yeah, you have him at 8.
You don't have him in the first round.
I don't have him in the first round. But we'll see. We make risky predictions. Let us know what you think. I'm sure Texas fans are going to get mad at me. Texas/Cowboys fans that I don't want Bijan on my team at 26.
Yeah. There is a lot of Texas fans that are probably going to be mad at you. You've given them a lot of reasons, too.
Yeah, I am like but no one's in my mentions. No one's in the Instagram
comments. They're scared of you, Kevin. They're scared of you.
Yeah. Hey, bring it on. I'm all for it. We'll see. But yeah, that's all we got. I'm excited. We'll give you a review pretty soon, and this is coming the day of. Let's see how fast our editor can turn it. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.